Hey guys, it's Bobby here once again with She's So Random. If you're a first time newbie here, then thank you for coming to my channel. And for those of you who always come over here and check out my videos, then thank you once again. It really means a lot. So today I wanted to do a video which I think some people find touchy, but other people don't. Of course, it is going back once again to relationship and relationship advice. And before anyone says, how can you give advice when you're single? I'm single by choice, so remember that. So I have 10 pointers today, which I think, I don't think many people, like I know other channels and other people in their videos probably have covered these before, but I kind of went with what I know firsthand and what I guess other people can look out for. But you know, just because you might come across these things doesn't necessarily mean that they are cheating, but they're pretty much red flags. So we're going to go with them. So we've got 10 of them. So I have written them down so I don't forget. And the first one would be lack of attention. So lack of attention means, you know, they're tired a lot, they're always busy, they don't pay as much attention to you as they did in the very beginning of the relationship. So, I mean, if you seem to notice like that there's not much attention coming from him towards you, then that's a very big red flag, that they're never giving you attention, or they've never got time for you, kind of thing. So that would be number one. So always look out for that. Number two would be, now this is from this is first-hand experience, is when they over contact you. So what I mean by over contact, you're probably thinking, well, if they're over contacting you, that's really good. No. With my very first relationship, and he was working out of town and what have you, he was ringing non-stop. And I mean, like, he would ring all the time just to make sure, like, you know, and at the time, like, when you think back of it, I was like, oh, you know, like, he really is showing that he cares. And like, you know, it almost got to the point of being obsessive. Like, he was constantly ringing me, asking where I was, what I was doing, who I was with, was I cheating on him, and like really just always ringing to check up where I was or what I was doing. That, you know, like, when you think back, you don't take notice of these things. But now, like, once I found out he was cheating, then I was like, that makes sense. You know, call a lot to make it seem like they care, but at the same time they're doing the dirty. So watch out for that. Over contact. So number two. Number three would be just always look out for showers. I can understand if guys work in a kind of job where they're really dirty and stuff, but if they're not doing a really dirty job and they're always coming home, like, it doesn't even have to be from work. I mean, in general, if they're coming home from somewhere and then they're like taking a shower, it's to cover up a certain scent or just cover up evidence. So if they come home and jump straight in the shower, then you know something's up. Number four would be a bit on edge, like they're always questioning things and making sure that everything seems okay. So this would also come under the fact of, like what I said with the over contact, like ringing, like, so they're just always questioning like things about you and what you're doing and stuff, and they just seem like they're always a bit on edge. So just keep an eye out for that one. Number five would be, I think this is the number one thing, would be the lack of sex to begin with. Lack of attention as number one, and lack of sex. So if there's not much affection towards you, or touching, like they don't touch you, or like you rarely have sex, or like, it's hard to explain. If people are in a relationship, you're not going to take notice of these things. But if you have caught someone cheating and like it's after the relationship's over, then you soon notice these things. So just look for, yeah, like there's over contact, but then there's not much contact, not much affection, not much touch, not much sex. So just keep an eye out for that one. So number six would be their plans never include you. So they might plan to go out with the boys, or plan to go out and do this, or plan to go out and do that, but it never includes you. It's like this, like, with the plans don't include you, this comes under like a lot of those things like lack of attention and shit like that. Because I do know with one of my exes, it got to the point where the relationship was over and done. Like, it was at the point where it was just too far gone. It should have been over ages ago. And it got to the point where we almost felt like housemates. Like, I was pretty much like a single mum, but I was in a relationship, if that makes sense. Like, I was always doing everything with the kids on my own. Like, I would take them to the carnival, or we'd go to the beach, or I'd take them to the pool or something, or shopping. Just like everything was just me and 2 kids. Like, he just, didn't want any part of it. So like, he never included himself in those things or didn't take any interest. But he'll also make plans without you in it. Like, he's always making plans without you in it. So just keep an eye out for that one. So what are we up to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're up to number 7. Number 7 would be always on the phone or computer. If they're always on the phone or the computer, and just being really secretive, then just check that, because I had one ex and he literally lived on the computer, like 24/7 he was on the computer. He never made an effort to do anything, but he would always sit there on his computer, and that really annoyed me. I don't care if a guy wants to sit on his Xbox and stuff, but make time for your family or your girlfriend at least, So if they're always on their phone, and they're always on the computer and they're being secretive, then something's up. Also, some guys can change, some guys or girls, depending what sex you are. I don't want this to seem one-sided, because it does come across for both. But some guys will actually change females' names in their phones to males. So just kind of like, I don't want you to obsess and just start going rant and checking everything. But just, if the combo doesn't seem right, then it probably isn't. So what were we up to now? 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we're up to 8. Okay, number 8, of course, the biggest red flag would be if you've seen them cheating in person for yourself, or if it's not seeing it for yourself in person, it's the way their friends act, because boys stick with boys kind of thing. And yeah, if his friends are acting weird towards you, or like, it's just you're getting a certain vibe about it, then yeah, it's probably a telltale sign. So number 9 would be he's always turning things back on you. Like, he's always doing what he wants, and you're always kind of feeling like you've got to please him. Like, make sure I do this, or make sure I do that, or he'll ask you to do this and he'll ask you to do that. So you're always trying to please him, but it's a distraction away from what he's doing. So, turning everything back on you, that could be, like I said, with the over contact, like being over the top, saying that you're cheating, saying that you're doing this, saying you're crazy, paranoid. So if you're like really thinking something's up and you're questioning him, and he turns around and says, oh, you're crazy, you're paranoid, blah, 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 he becomes abusive, he puts you down. It's really about double standards with everything, Look for that, because like I said, some people won't notice it if you're still in the relationship, but once you're out of it and you look back, you'll be like, oh, why didn't I see that sign? Like, seriously. So that one would be for number 9, like they always turn everything back around on you. And the very last one is, when you first get into a relationship with someone, I'm confusing my words here now. When you first get into a relationship with someone, we're all different to begin with. Like, I think at the start it's still like a honeymoon phase, and yeah, people grow and people, it's just things change as the relationship goes along. But if he's really changed, like if when you first met compared to now and he's completely changed, he's not the same person, which has happened in some of my relationships, then yeah, that's another sign. One thing that I can definitely say is if your gut and your intuition is telling you that something's not up, then go with it, because your instinct usually never lies. Okay, so if you're feeling that something's up, then something usually is up. And just remember that red flags are always there. We just don't want to see them. So sometimes it takes certain people longer to pick up on these things. And look, you could keep as many tabs as you like on your guy, and you may think that you've got the best tabs on him ever, but if you don't see it, you don't see it. And people can be very sneaky and conniving. But we don't want to believe that, because when we're in love, we don't see things the way that other people see them. So just always go with your gut, always go with your gut instinct. And if it's telling you that something's up, something's wrong, then trust it. I can guarantee it won't let you down. So those were some of the 10 telltale signs of cheating from my personal experience. And they may be different for everyone, but these are usually ones that can pretty much, won't let you down if they are. And just always remember that, I think we all want that perfect person that's never going to let us down. But, if they're going to cheat, they're going to cheat. So, but these were quick 10 ones, telltale signs, and I hope they may help some of you, and some of you may agree and be like, hell yes. If I missed any, make sure you put them below in the comments, and I would love to read those, because I put this list together and I was like, what are some signs? And I'm like, I'm sure I'm missing some, but I probably have, and they'll probably come to me after I film this now, and I'll be like, oh damn it, why didn't I put that in there? So if I think of any more during the editing process of this, then I will put them in the description. Otherwise, put your experiences below and what you noticed were some of the signs for you. But as always, guys, I want to thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to give me a like, a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. And as always, you know what I always say. Until then, guys, take it easy, take care, and I'll see you then.